Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Casino Co YouTube channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the Minecraft movies, Skeleton and Zombie.
Here we have the skeleton in package. You can see that it comes with a bow and arrow and a bone. On the top left, we have the Mojang logo, and on the bottom right, we have Mattel's signature logo. Also, on the left of the package, we have Minecraft's signature mascot, the Creeper, and Dennis the dog there to greet us. On the back of the box, we see the rest of the action figures in the toy line. And yes, I was considering getting Jack Black as Steve. However, I was not going to pay $30 just for Walmart to confuse my order again. So yeah, I opted out of getting that action figure. On the bottom of the box, we have all our legal mumbo jumbo, and please don't choke on this toy written in what is probably 800 different languages. Here we have the zombie. The zombie looks pretty cool inside his box with the 2 blocks. Honestly, it's just the same as the skeleton packaging though, which is not surprising. On the back of the box, we have all the new figures from Series 2. Honestly, I didn't even know they were making a Series 2. But hey, that Enderman looks pretty sweet though. Might consider getting it, but I probably won't because I need to save money. The packaging my skeleton figure came in was also pretty bent up as well, so thanks Amazon. Oh, and here's skeleton written in like 2 other languages as well. Same here with zombie being written in like 3 other languages despite literally being spelt the same.
In Minecraft, there is no more iconic duo than the zombie and the skeleton. We've all been tag teamed by a zombie, by a horde of zombies and a single skeleton once, right? We've all had a skeleton shooting at us and a million zombies to take care of. I mean, come on. You couldn't possibly name a more iconic duo in general, right? Starting off with the skeleton, we can see they put a lot of exquisite detail into the sculpt. We have the head with the teeth ingrained around the skull, which I can't quite remember if this is what the skeleton looked like in the movie, but probably, yeah. They didn't really paint black inside of its mouth to represent shadowing at all, so it's a little confusing there, and honestly I don't really like the new head sculpt that they're going for. But yeah, otherwise it's a pretty good skeleton. The articulation is great as per Mattel standards. Oh yeah, it's Mattel making these toys, by the way, the same guys that do the Jurassic Park toy line, so we'll be doing some comparisons a little bit. But as you can see, the arm is very flexible. There's no elbow articulation, sadly. That would have been really nice. However, the joints would have been really flimsy, so I see why they didn't do that. This arm can move, and then the legs can go in a full 360 motion. And the head can also move. Problem is it's, what's it called? Stunted by the shoulders a little bit. However, if you really try, you can get it to go in a full 360 motion. This skeleton action figure also comes with multiple accessories, such as a bow and arrow. It has the bow separately and the arrow separately. So you can put the arrow inside of the bow and make it look like it's firing an arrow. Pew pew! The skeleton also comes with a bone for some reason. You can have him hold it, or you can use it to tame, I don't know, Dennis or something, because I know there's a toy made of him. So if we put the bow and arrow inside of the skeleton's hand, we can get some real dynamic poses with him holding the bow and arrow. Next we have the zombie. Again, I only saw the movie once in theaters, so I don't really remember what they look like. However, the zombies were a very prevalent part of the movie. I remember Jack Black as Steve coming in and destroying all those zombies at the beginning of the movie. So I fairly remember what they look like. And yeah, this is a pretty accurate design as to what they look like. The articulation is great a little on this figure. However, this leg joint right here on mine looks like it's about to pop off any minute. So I'd recommend being careful with the articulation on these guys. However, it still is a very articulated figure in typical Mattel standards. You can move the arms outwards like this, and you can also move the elbows in as so. However, I would recommend being careful again because the limbs seem to want to pop off on this guy. Now, I remember when I got this figure, it seemed to stand fairly well. However, as time went on, it just, didn't stand anymore, really. I only got this thing yesterday, too. It was standing just fine yesterday, but when I was trying to pose it for that opening shot there, just, didn't really want to stand. The coat... Apologize for the technical difficulties. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. The paint scheme on this thing's real nice. Looks just like the one in the movie with the blue shirt and the blue pants. The articulation is great, as I was saying earlier. You can do a full 360 with the head. You can move it up and down, side to side. And you can move the shoulders out and in and do a full 360 with them. Now with the legs, you can move them outwards, forwards, and backwards a little bit. However, the articulation of the legs are limited due to the plastic in the back blocking it. The knee articulation is great. However, like I said, be careful because the plastic on mine looks like it's about to pop off. Yippee! So just, better sell this thing on eBay before the leg falls off, or else I'm not going to get much resale value off of it. What else? So yeah, that's the articulation on the zombie. And then we have these two blocks that it came with for some reason. I'm confused as to why it came with these blocks, but hey, it's a cool accessory still. They have what looks to be a taiga wood. Savannah wood right here. Then they have a piece of cobblestone right here. And they're both beautifully sculpted. So yeah, they're a cool addition to the zombie, I guess. So yeah, these two are great figures. They are very much similar to Mattel's quality in the Jurassic World toy line. Maybe a little bit less due to the zombie not wanting to stand and the skeleton lacking some articulation. But overall, they're still very well-rounded toys. Sadly, I could not find Jack Black as Steve. That would have been a really funny action figure to add to my collection. However, everywhere I looked, he was like $30. And I needed to save money to get my mother flowers for Mother's Day. So yeah, I wasn't getting that. Yeah, even if we put the zombie next to Dr. Alan Grant from the 93 collection, we can see that their articulation is very similar, minus maybe the waist articulation, because the zombie doesn't have that waist articulation. However, they both can nod their heads up and down. They both have elbow articulation. Maybe Alan Grant has better elbow articulation, but it still exists. So yeah, this is typical Mattel quality right here, and yeah, it's great. Now let's see if this can fit in some of the Jurassic World vehicles. So as we can see here, they fit rather snugly in the Jurassic Park Battle Damage Ford Explorer right here. So yeah, they fit in there. They fit rather nicely. Now let's just hope they don't just get, ambushed by some larger predator, because that wouldn't be nice. I already compared these two figures to the Jurassic World 9-inch scale Mattel human figures. However, if you ever wanted to know what these two look like next to a dinosaur, here they are next to the Hammond Collection Allosaurus. So in conclusion, the Mattel Minecraft movie figures are pretty good. They're pretty good. They're not the best. They have their problems. However, for $10 little Minecraft action figures, They have exquisite articulation and exquisite detail. Now, sure, they may not be on par with the Jurassic World human figures, but still, they have a lot more to offer than some of the other Minecraft toys that I've had the opportunity of seeing. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a good day. And make sure to like and subscribe so I can reach 1,000 subscribers before I die of old age. Bye-bye.